On December 22nd, 2023, the National Unity Platform appointed Joel Ssenyonyi as the new leader of opposition, replacing Mathias Mpuuga, who had served in the role for 2.5 years. Ssenyonyi was formally confirmed in the role on January 9, 2024. Today, exactly 1 year later, he reflects on his journey in this important constitutional office. In an interview with NTV, Ssenyonyi discussed his experience as the leader of opposition, a role he holds despite being a first-term member of parliament for Nakawa West.
You know, apparently the youngest person to occupy that office, too inexperienced politically, because everybody else that has occupied this office had been in parliament before. While in my case, this is my first term in parliament, and so many other things, yeah. I took all of that in good stride because, sometimes people have their doubts and their concerns for whatever reasons. But I said, let me dig my heels in and do what I have got to do.
He describes the past year as challenging, but acknowledges some successes along the way.
God, that tough a year as it has been, I have been strong. I have been able to bring my A game and to challenge some of those narratives in doing my work, which is the cardinal work that I have got, is to keep the government in check.
Some of his critics have accused him of targeting the Speaker of Parliament, which they argue has hampered his parliamentary duties. Ssenyonyi denies this, clarifying that his role is to provide checks and balances to those in power.
Can you then respond to the critical issues? As opposed to finding a scapegoat. He doesn't like me, that's why he's fighting me. Okay, let's assume I don't like you because I'm under no obligation to like any of these people anyway. So let's imagine I don't like you. Respond to the accountability issues I am putting to you. Account for taxpayers' money, as opposed to just finding a scapegoat. He doesn't like me, that's why he's asking these questions. Are the questions not valid?
Ssenyonyi highlights that one of the parliament's key functions is oversight of government activities. Over the past year, he has visited several entities where taxpayers' money has been spent, including Daibai Farm, Lubowa Specialized Hospital's construction site, and Roko Construction. He raises concerns over what he sees as selective government support for certain companies, while many Ugandans continue to struggle.
To give a hand up to some of these businesses, private businesses, so that they don't collapse. They're giving jobs to many companies and so on and so forth. But how do you choose who to give? And that's what I've been telling government, to say, can we have a clear modus operandi so that people know if I am hard up, if I'm a business person, I'm employing several Ugandan young people and so on, and then I am heavily indebted, I'm struggling, for me to either get a loan or to get help from government, this is the channel that I follow.
Towards the end of 2023, Mityana South MP Richard Lumu proposed a bill to amend the Administration of Parliament Act. This bill, which suggested that the leader of opposition should be elected by all opposition MPs, was widely seen as targeting Ssenyonyi personally.
If, as he was saying, you see, he wants to grow multi-party democracy and make it better and so on, I said, is it only the leader of the opposition that is part of multi-party democracy? So you're targeting an individual. If his proposal had been, on the left side of the speaker, we have the leader of the opposition, chief opposition whip, shadow cabinet, and so on. Let's elect all of those people. It would have made sense if he had made a similar proposal to say, on the right side of the speaker, there is the leader of government business, there is cabinet, there is committee chairpersons.
As the leader of opposition, Ssenyonyi has also faced criticism for his ability to unite the 109 opposition MPs who come from diverse political grounds. He defends himself by pointing out that some individuals who appear to be part of the opposition are in fact aligned with the ruling party.
When I call for an opposition caucus meeting, like I have done a couple of times, some individuals will not come for that meeting, but then they will be out there castigating Ssenyonyi. They've made a mistake on this one. How could they do this? How could they decide to do that? Well, we called you for a meeting which you should have been part of, to come and share your brilliant wisdom, your superior wisdom. But you did not come. So where do you get the moral authority to then castigate those of us that suffer?
Describing himself as a tough individual, Ssenyonyi acknowledges that his role requires making difficult decisions, which he has handled with determination.
My 1 year in this office has been tough. But by God's grace, I'm a tough man. I like a good challenge. I like to wake up to a challenge. And that's why as they kept throwing all these lemons at me, I made lemonade out of it. I said I'll keep pressing on. I'll not be diverted. There were threats. There were all manner of things. Yeah.
In response to the common criticism that MPs are not fulfilling their duties, Ssenyonyi insists that most MPs are committed to their work and are not incompetent.
And that's why you see, even people who have been in parliament for a very long time, seniors and so on, when it comes to critical issues, fighting corruption and so on, they are absent. Is it that they are incompetent? No, they are competent, but they will be absent because of the integrity issue. As I've told you, money moves a lot in parliament. That's the reality. I told you so.
Looking ahead of his second year as leader of opposition, Ssenyonyi anticipates more challenges. However, he believes that the experiences of his first year have made him stronger and more prepared to face what comes next. Juma Kiirya, NTV.
Executive